Hey YouTube, welcome back. My name is Cassie and you're watching the Victorian Thimble. Today we're going to start working with flat pass-through ribbon lace. This is the kind of lace that you thread a ribbon through so that you get the effect of the ribbon and the lace together. Adding these to your garments can add texture and design and visual interest. While we're doing this, we're going to be sewing an authentic pair of Victorian chemise and drawers. Let's get started. Today, we're working on this pattern here. I had purchased this chemise and drawers dated 1865. And we're going to be doing this up in that white and gray flannel that I had showed you in my project video at the start of the year as well. So you can see it comes in two bundles, one part for the chemise and one part for the drawers. And it's quite a few pages that we are going to have to put together.
The next thing you're going to do once you have your pattern pieces cut out is you're going to prepare them for the size you're going to wear. You could just cut them away to the size that you wear, but you can see that what I like to do is fold the extra pattern pieces back. That way, if I ever want to sew a larger size or lend it to someone else who's a different size than me, they can still use the pattern too. Once you have the pattern pieces cut out, you're going to lay them out on the fabric as you can see here. Placing the fold parts on the fold, you can see that I organized all the place on fold pieces first, and then I'm going to go back and add those pieces when I have a fold ready, and these two pieces here for the sleeves just along the grain line. Once I'm satisfied with the layout, I pin it all into place and get ready to cut it out. Before cutting it out, I do use the pattern notcher to notch my patterns, and then I take a piece of tailor's chalk and simply mark out the marks to match things up when you're sewing. And finally, as you can see here, I am cutting out the actual garment pieces. And finally, guys, just a little support for the channel. Please like, subscribe, and comment below. Comment on your favorite part about Victorian sewing. Thank you for the support, guys.
What's up YouTube? Just a quick little check-in here as well. So here is the pinned on version of the chemise, and look what I am not liking here is how snug the arm side is. So I think I'm going to find a way to adjust under the arm a little bit, because I'm not actually wearing these as an outfit. I'm using them as pajamas. They have to be loose fitting and comfortable, and I don't want something bothering me. So, I didn't see that coming on this. I gotta fix it now. Let's see how it goes. So now that the chemise is done, today I am going to make these drawers right here.
And finally, cutting out the drawers with the fabric that you have left, you're going to lay this out. You'll see from some of the fold lines here that I did do some adjustments for my height because I'm only 5'2". Then I did have to make this piece of fabric work for what I had left according to the size you can see here that I was cutting out, but I did find a way to make it all fit. So the thing with, there's a couple of different names people would call this by. One of the basic terms that people would use is insertion lace because you're inserting ribbon into the lace. However, most of you probably hear insertion lace and think more about the lace that we insert between panels of fabric for, you know, lacy blouses like historical blouses and stuff. So this is where it's insertion lace, but actually we also call it like ribbon pass-through lace. What is typically used is a cotton eyelet lace. Sometimes it's called beading lace. So it just depends where you buy it and where you live. Different people have different names for it, but at the end of the day, it is a cotton lace that has holes in it evenly spaced. The lace sometimes can be made of something else, but probably this will be the most typical type that you're going to find is this type that is made of 100% cotton, and the holes are already set up and spaced out for you so that you can insert the ribbon. Hence why sometimes we call it insertion lace. It's also called beading lace or eyelet lace. So the next thing that you're going to want to do is get some ribbon that would be suitably sized to the lace. So this is just 1/4 inch. It's satin on both sides ribbon. You can buy spools of ribbon like this. I got this on, I think, Amazon for, it was around $10. So it's not a lot of money. The eyelet lace I had bought at my local fabric store. I think I got it when it was on sale for half price per meter, so I didn't pay as much. I don't remember the price I paid. But you see how when we line up the lace, do you see how it's not totally overpowering? Like we already know, because I have a finished project, that this lace fits, but I'm just showing you what I would do is before I try to push it through, I'll just take a look and go, yeah, that looks like it'll fit. So depending on the size of your lace, you could just thread it through with your fingers, or you could get a sewing needle if it's very fine, like if it's a really small ribbon and lace. In this instance, a simple safety pin like this is going to do the job. So we just do up that safety pin, and then watch, guys, it literally is this easy. You come up and you go back behind, and you come up and go back behind, and then watch if you just pull this out now. Oh, it's stuck on the first one, hang on. There we go. Do you see how now the ribbon is inserted inside the lace? You can actually get pretty quick at this. When I made the Victorian Chemise and Drawers that I made into pajamas, I did basically lay my eyelet lace out all around where I was going to apply it to measure out how much I needed. And I did my very best to not thread more ribbon through than I want, because now I have this lace left over that if I want to do another project, well, what if I want to put a different color ribbon in there? Then I still have this unused ribbon and unused lace that I can do. And as you can see, with each time you're folding through, it'll buckle up, and you're just going to keep sliding along like that. And so there it is, guys. This is what we do. You just insert the ribbon through the lace, the eyelet or beading lace. Once you've measured out and filled enough lace with ribbon as you want for your project, then you're ready to start attaching this to the garment. So the directions do show these bloomers or drawers with a 1-inch hem allowed. Here's the plan that I have to carry together the bottom and top. So I'm going to be like, it's just cut right now, but this is what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn under a hem, and then I'm going to set it up like this so that we have a bottom piece of lace and a double row. I've messed it up now trying to show you, and then I'll just move over here, and then a double row of lace trim going across the top here so that it looks extra lacy and frilly and will make sense with the upper portion of the outfit as well. So that's the first thing I'm going to be doing here, is creating the hem and adding the lace. Quite honestly, the rest of this garment should come together pretty quick.
keep things simple for myself, you can see that now that I've sewn down the lace trim, I'm adding the insertion lace. I'm just going one row at a time per legging so that I can get the spacing just how I want it to be. And now I have both these pant legs have the double layer of the insertion lace done, as well as the cuff. So these are all sewn and ready to go. Now it's time to start assembling the pants. The next step that I'm doing here is I have the inner leg seams pinned, and I'm going to stitch and finish these seams. Okay everyone, so here's the bloomers assembled and spread out. Here, this is pretty funny. Here's a nice little laugh for you. Look how huge they look. I mean, they look just absolutely massive right now. But anyways, they just need the waistband installed. As you can see, making a little pant leg is a pretty basic thing. Okay, so now I have the waistband very loosely pinned on and folded. What I ended up doing, I did not actually use these pre-cut waistband pieces with the shape to them because I am modernizing the waistband. So what I've done here is I've just cut a 3-inch strip. It's got a couple of little connector pieces and it's going all the way around this huge waistband. And what I've done is I've added the interfacing here, as I have shown you. And basically, I've made some gathering stitches here. We're going to hand gather the front. This is going to be a set area with the 2 buttons. And then from where these stitch lines are on either side here, you can see them. All of that, I'm going to insert an elastic around the back of the waist so that the whole back is elasticized and I can just pull it on and off. Now I have the waistband attached on the first part. And what I've done here at the opening is I have folded this piece back on itself, and with this part here I'm going to make a button tab. I will show you the next steps momentarily. Okay everyone, just quick update here. You can see I have the waistband all pinned into place. So I have this flat panel at the front that I made so that I could still make like a false button front to match the picture. And then basically I made an elasticized tube for the rest of it, and what I did is where the flat panel ends, I just stitched back and forth the elastic right into the garment, strung it all the way through, and then I had left the other part open over here, so then I tucked it in. Anyways, I did that part there, and quite literally all I have to do now is buttons and buttonholes, and these lovely little pants are ready. And the chemise top here is also done. So basically, I'm almost done. And here we are is the finished drawers or bloomers. We've got the nice fancy lace bottoms. And as we go up here to the top, you can see that I've made a button panel. And then the rest is just an elasticized waist. So again, a modern interpretation of the waistband for modern comfort, because this is history bounding, right? We take elements and modernize what we need to make it work for us. And next, I'm going to model everything for you. right, everyone, so let's just take a minute to talk about this garment here. So this is an authentic 1865 chemise and drawers. The only modification that I did to it was the waistband. Everything else has been sewn exactly to spec. So you can see that we have the scoop neckline here that I managed to add insertion lace all along here and along the sleeve trim, and then I added this little decorative bow. We have the nice super soft, it's just 100% cotton flannel in the prettiest, softest fabric you could hope to find in our modern times. Everything else on this pattern I did sew exactly to the specs of the directions of the pattern. There was no changes with the exception of one, and that was, all right, so here she is crop top style. What I did with the waistband is I did create, you can see here, 2 buttons. Honestly, it's a false front because here's the center seam there. So I literally made a false front so that it would still have the button design as described in the pattern picture. And you can see it does up there. And then the rest of it, I installed just a straight waistband. So I used the curve of the pattern. I did not alter the top curve of the pattern at all. And I installed an elasticized waistband because, as I think I've described in some earlier footage, I do want a historical garment, but this is 2021. This is history bounding. History bounding is about taking garments from the past and finding ways to work them into your modern wardrobe. So to make this garment something as user-friendly as anything in 2021, I knew what I wanted was a soft, elasticized waistband that when I put it on to go to bed, I'm not feeling anything pressing on my waist at all. It's just super comfortable. Thanks for tuning in. I'm glad you could join me today and learn a few things about insertion lace and how to make a really pretty pair of pajamas. All right, well, I'll see you guys next time with your needle and thread at the Victorian Thimble. Take care, guys. Bye.